Hey guys, welcome back to the Kampai Sugai podcast. You guys already know I'm Gavin, Kampai Sugai, and we have two very special guests with me today. And as you can see, they brought some gifts, some special gifts that you guys got to try yourself. I mean, I don't know. I'll leave a link, but you guys got to try it yourself. Look at this already, award winning. I mean, they already have an award right on top of the bottle, so a medallion, right? It's a medallion, right? You said.
Yeah, it's got a little ribbon around it because Comisario means commissioner, but it's some of the best tequilas in the world. Yeah,
award-winning tequila. And without further ado, I want to introduce the two gentlemen in front of me. On the left of me is former NBA basketball star, board member of the LA chapter of the Legends of Basketball, or the NBA Legends, part owner of the award-winning Tequila Comisario, Mr. Rick Darnell. Darnell. I'm so sorry.
Already had some tequila. Huh?
I already put the
you've been drinking now, okay?
Rick Darnell. And then on the right side of me, I have local market manager for Tequila Comisario, my good friend, Uncle Carl Maybin. Please give them a round of applause.
Yay.
I already got it wrong. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Everybody does. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for both coming here and bringing your product. Yeah, we're very excited to even try it on the set. So, yeah.
Oh, it's a wonderful product, and I know Gavin, like Carl knows Gavin, so it's one of the best tequilas out there.
Obviously, I guess I already got your name wrong. So.
That's okay. Everybody does. No, but this is one of the best tequilas. I was very fortunate in the 2011 All-Star game. Me and Dr. J was doing an after party, and we came across this, and the bottle is unbelievable. I was just hoping what was inside of it was even better, which it is. And you will find that out in a few minutes.
Well, you guys already took off the plastic, so I guess we already gotta try it already. So
I think we should. I mean, do you want to do the honors and pour him some of our Blanco? One of the smoothest. We are one of the smoothest tequilas out there. Our Blanco is fabulous.
Right on. Yeah, you can put your mic. And then while Uncle Carl is pouring some, a glass for us in these plastic cups full.
Will be the plastic cups, but at the end we will be toasting with
years. With my product, which is the Kampai Sugai podcast shot glasses. But yeah, one thing I want to ask is the design. So, how'd you get the design? And is this the first design you came up with, or is it a?
Well, actually, the guy who actually originally founded it and came up with the tequila is I think he's an orthodontist or periodontist or something like that, out of Modesto, California. He actually designed this whole bottle himself. And when it first was made, it was actually the bottle in Italy. As a crystal bottle. He did a fabulous job. I don't think there's any other bottle like that as nice as this bottle right here. But what's even more amazing is what's inside that you're going to find out in a second is even better than what's the bottle on the outside.
Well, I have the honors ready for you.
Thank you.
Right there.
Yes.
Hey, Kampai.
Kampai. To Gavin.
This is our silver Blanco.
How smooth is that? That's smooth, isn't it?
That is smooth.
We're considered one of the smoothest tequilas out there in the market.
Oh, that interesting flavor too.
Can you tell them a little bit about how the manufacturing process takes place?
Is that pepper?
Huh? And then you got the peppery, spicy stuff.
Yeah, that is pepper.
Yeah, but we have a little secret that we actually take it down to freezing to get all the impurities and the sediments out of it, which makes it very smooth. But then for 36 hours, we'll aerate it.
Wow.
Which makes all the spices pop, all the molecular craziness goes on with inside the bottle. And it comes out just a fabulous product.
Wow, that's crazy. And it's all natural, right? It's
100% natural, no additives, no nothing. Yeah, it's one of the kind, one of the best. Most awarded since conception. Considered one of the smoothest tequilas on the market.
So, Gavin, shall we try one more? This is the Reposado.
It's the Reposado.
This is the one?
Yep.
Right on. Kampai.
Kampai.
Ooh, I like this one.
Isn't that beautiful? Spicy. I'll let you explain about that one.
Reposado, as you know, Rick had mentioned that the early manufacturing process allows to have a creamy, smooth delivery on your throat. And the Reposado, now this is now aged for 18 months.
No, 7 and 9 months.
7 and 9 months.
Yes.
I was thinking about the
Yeah.
wine barrel. Sorry, I already had my drink. So 7 months.
You drink too much already?
He's just drinking too much now.
And it's, as you can see from the bottle, it's high quality on the inside. It's ultra premium sipping, and it's going to give you an amazing delivery as well. And everybody has their own opinions on which ones they like, but they tend to like all three of our Comisario tequila. And it's distributed by Island Beverage here locally. Reyes Holdings, the largest beer company in the world, purchased Paradise. So we have local distribution, and they're putting all kinds of things behind it into the local market to make sure all our families have an opportunity to share with it. So very, very.
And what's very important, if you don't have good juice to start with, as you start to age it, it's not going to get much better. But we do oak Cabernet Sauvignon barrels that we put it in, and it brings out just a wonderful flavor to it. And just everybody loves our Reposado, but our Añejo, I put it up against the Don Julio 42s and any other ones. We're a third of the cost, but we're like a third better than what they they have in their bottles. It's really wonderful. What do you think of it?
Very good, very smooth. There's very different flavors for both of them. At least I can definitely taste. I'm about to try this one, which is the
Añejo.
Añejo.
Yeah, he keeps switching the bottles around.
Okay. It's like musical bottles.
I want to make sure that your camera editing executive gets one also.
Oh, okay, right.
This is the Añejo now.
Okay. All right. Hey, Kampai.
Kampai. Isn't that nice?
That one is probably. I think that one's the smoothest one.
It's so smooth,
really
so
good.
wonderful. Coat your throat. The spices pop.
Almost vanilla-y.
There you
little
go.
bit.
That's amazing. You got a great palate. If you could pick that up.
I don't usually do that because I mean with alcohol, like a lot of it just tastes very the same to me. But that one I can tell the vanilla flavors in there, hint of vanilla, some spices,
Caramely,
maybe
yes.
some cinnamon. It's kind of interesting.
Very good.
It's just-
Yes.
So how do you like market like alcohol? Because I know it probably is very different than marketing like a different kind of product like meat or something.
There's so many different ways to market it. In here in Hawaii, what we're doing is a grassroots program that we're going to start off with Augie T. A lot of people know who Augie T here is. A wonderful person here on the island. I think he was like 2 years as a comedian here. Very famous. Now he's gone and become a councilman. Just a wonderful person. I came across him. He tries our tequila, loves it, and is a very big supporter. So we're just working with Island Distributing, and they're actually really pushing out. They've been blown away how fantastic the product is, and we're ready to launch. We're moving on to do a lot of things with them. Social media, we really push influencers. Celebrities, we have a lot of celebrities on board. We've had Chris Young to Colt Ford. One of my partners is Gavin Malouf, who owns the Golden.
All right.
Gavin is,
I like him. I like him already.
Gavin is awesome. We got Denise Richards coming on board. So she's doing some stuff for us out here when we have the troops come in. But Colt Ford, who's a country western singer, loves our product. I mean, everybody who tries it, they fall in love with it. So social media influence and just getting it out. We're a small batch.
Russell Peters was here.
Yeah, Russell Peters.
Drinking it.
Yeah, Russell's one of my friends of mine. He's pro our tequila. Can't get him enough of it because he likes to drink. But we were just starting to take off to really let the world know what we're all about, and takes people like you and Carl and all the other people in this world. And once they try it, they fall in love with it. And so it's we're growing very fast. One of the since conception, probably the most awarded tequila out there right now. And we were just doing inch by inch grow to perfection to get it to the market. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you get into the beverage industry? Because I know you as a telecommunicator, right? You did telecommunications. At least when we met, which was like 10 plus years ago.
Because I know Gavin. That's how I got it.
Like I know Gavin.
That's how you got
know
involved.
Gavin too. Now.
Yeah. No, but thank you for asking. Rick and I met some 25 years ago in the international telecommunications industry. And when he was looking towards Hawaii to open up, he wanted to have somebody, who was based here that he could trust and would know. And I loved the product. And he took me to the NBA All-Star game, back in 2018 or so when I first saw it and tried it. And so I said, sure, but, I'll see what I can do and help out. So Paradise Beverages brought it on at that point in time, and then the pandemic hit. And now since Reyes Holdings purchased them and became Island Beverages, they decided they wanted this to be one of their showcase products.
Wow.
And so it's having me get a lot more involved in the local. We've been 6 restaurants and bars in 2 or 3 days with them. And everybody made purchases of all of them just right there. Not just because it was Rick there, okay, but because of the product itself.
He is a towering man.
Well, the reason they put it in there is because I know Gavin. So.
That's what I heard. Yes, I think everybody knows Gavin.
Yes.
Is that another way you're gonna market your product? Be like, hey, Kampai Sugai podcast.
Oh, of course. I mean, I've known you.
I will endorse.
It's been 12, 13 years I've known you, right?
Yeah.
So I know you.
Well, even longer than
so longer than
I would
that.
say even.
Yeah, you
15
10th
years.
grade, 11th grade?
Yeah, 15
Youth
years.
group, right?
Yeah.
At church. So you were emceeing there, the Tri-Station, Destination Tri-Station, with the gamer buses and all these, pop lockers from Joannesai's church, right? Where the life they came, and you were the main MC. So, see, this is now you're big time.
And I'm here. Right?
Yeah. And I know you.
I know Gavin too.
Well, I know both of you. Now when I go to an NBA game, like, hey, I know Rick Darnell, man.
Right.
Man, I know Carl Maybin.
But the most important thing he knows Comisario tequila.
Oh, there we
Absolutely.
go. I'm gonna have it in one hand.
Yes.
When I say, hey, I know them, right?
That must have lost a boxed seat to get right into the top of the building.
So yeah, I mean that's incredible that you guys bring an awesome product where it looks fantastic. It tastes fantastic. You know what I mean? I still think this is my favorite one.
Okay. It is.
It's so good. They're all so good. I can even think of for me, I get into cooking. I at least post Uncle Carl when I first met him, I got into cooking a lot. So, there's ways I can make mixed drinks and stuff like that too. So I can just think about I'm just thinking about it now.
We have so many wonderful products that drinks that we made. But what's you're going to go since you're a chef and stuff like that, pairing this with your food is going to be an unbelievable experience because there's nothing better than Comisario tequila.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing better.
Nothing as good as that. I said Gavin, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
See, we have Gavin Maloof and we have
These guys are buttering me up. These guys are buttering me up.
No, you know I'm not going to butter you up, Gavin. Come on. I got jokes about you. I can tell them if you want.
Let's go. Wait, what kind of jokes are you gonna?
I got to tell your wife first, then she can let us know.
No, wait.
Get that cleared.
I'll tell you one joke. There was one time he was telling me about the Oakland Raiders, right? He's a big, people out there,
Raider Nation.
Big Oakland Raiders fan, right? Oakland Raiders. So before Las Vegas Raiders. But then I remember he told me about the Oakland Raiders going to the Super Bowl, and I was cracking up laughing for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. He was so serious about it. And I was cracking up laughing. And he's like, why are you laughing? Sorry, we both crying laughing. And I said, that was one of the worst teams that was out there.
Oh, you did that to me. I remember.
You got to hurt him every now and then.
Are you an NFL fan too?
I love all the teams. Being the president of the retired players in the LA chapter, I have to like everybody because you can't pick a side if not you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But he does a lot with all the sports and
I do a lot. I've been doing a lot here in the community. Me and Kobe's dad, Joe Bryant Jelly, and I used to come over and do basketball camps here for years and years. At his basketball camp, and
brought Lucius Allen to Kailua.
Yeah, I brought all the ball players out here. But most important is I love my tequila company and stuff like that. But what's great about our whole thing is we haven't forgotten to give back to everybody. And like right now, we're currently bringing a container over to Lahaina. We already did one. The second one will be out on, I think, November 21st. So we're getting another container going out there to help the Maui Strong program. We got to give back. And then and a few months later, I'm going to start with Augie T here, helping the AMVETs. And so we can't forget those people, and that's what's important to us, is having a wonderful product, but also is giving back to the world and make the world a better place to live. So
absolutely. And I do want to add that it's not tequila we're sending into containers. Okay, it's beds, rice cookers, all kinds of things for the families. And the one November 22nd going over is all toys for the kekies. So his heart is as big as he is.
I work with Toys for Tots, and so they're helping us fill half the container, but we still have things that help the family with utensils, cooking, beddings, beds,
supplies,
everything, all the supplies that they need right now, which we all have to stand up and give to the people that need it right now.
Right, definitely. Definitely, we don't want them getting drunk out there either. So,
after we get all the mess cleaned up, and making toast to it afterwards.
That's when they get real creative out there. Who knows? Maybe they'll be building like houses like crazy out there drinking something. What's your favorite thing about Hawaii?
I love the people. Everybody is so happy-go-lucky here, and I grew up in Southern California, so we have the beaches and we have everything, but just the laid-back, happy-go-lucky people who just like to have fun, and I care about everybody around the world here. But I just love it here. So yeah, I don't like the golf course that your church bought over there though. Koala. Yeah, I heard the record was 68 lost balls and 18 holes.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to catch up to it, but I didn't quite make it there. Yeah, and I was, and the general manager of the golf course at the time came up. We did some functions, some charity, and giving back to some the foster kids and stuff like that. And so the next day we came and golfed with some people to raise money. And then I get to my cart and I turn around to the general manager. I go, what's this practice balls? The whole basket's sitting right here. He goes, don't use your balls. Use those. You don't need them. But, no, it's beautiful there though. It's really beautiful. But just had some very good times here, giving back to the people here, and I just like the people, like you. I really like Gavin probably better than Carl, but yeah.
Everybody likes Gavin. Everybody knows Gavin.
Gavin, I know Gavin.
Oh, you know Gavin.
What about you, Uncle Carl? What's your favorite thing about Hawaii?
I was born here, bro. That's, Shoot, and my wife and I were married here.
I thought you said I was boring here.
No, we're never boring here.
Wait, I was married here too, so okay.
Yeah, so he was married here. I was married here. I was born here.
Oh, me too. I was married here too.
Were you born here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was born here.
Okay. His wife went to Kaiser.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Lived in Waikai. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all local.
That's a very smart school, actually, over there at Kaiser High School.
That's why I didn't go. No.
Oh God.
No.
I was gonna say, sports-wise, they're not very well known in their sports, but so yeah. If you went to Kaiser, I'd be very surprised.
What are you implying?
I probably wouldn't play basketball. I probably would be in business and be a billionaire right now.
But we both went San Jose State.
Oh yes, right. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
So Siobhan came here, and unfortunately, UH couldn't hang. I played football. He played basketball. No, serious.
Yeah, I'm a little bit older. Not much. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yes.
What position did you play?
It's wide receiver and quarterback. I played for John Elway's dad.
You played
Jack
both
Elway.
positions? So you threw it yourself?
Threw myself. No, I was on the bench because those guys were so much better. So, but so it's all good. And so. But we know Gavin, so it doesn't matter now. Now that we're not playing sports, we know Gavin.
It's the most important thing about this. Gavin loves my tequila.
He knows Comisario.
He knows what good
I do
tequila
know
is.
Comisario, right?
Yeah,
great brand. And then for me, like my favorite thing about the islands is like you guys were saying, the people here.
Yeah.
I grew up here, and then the community is so great here.
Yeah.
Like no exaggeration. Like there's no other community like the Hawaii community.
Yeah,
honestly. Just the support. I get that same support in like the mainland too, but it's different, in Hawaii because I feel like people just know each other here. Like they're
more family.
More family.
Yeah.
The thing is, like when you bump into somebody, you're gonna see them again somewhere. Maybe even down the week. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
But like you go to like California and you bump into someone, and you're like, wow, when am I ever gonna bump into this person ever again? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if I went to Oakland. I don't know. I might bump into this guy.
I'm not even from Oakland. As you keep saying, I just like the Raiders. We went to high school 2 blocks from each other, different high schools.
Wow, really?
Like Disneyland.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See that?
Oakland.
And
in Oakland.
see?
Maybe if I have another shot, I'll think I'm from Oakland.
Yeah. I just remember.
Isn't that where you got his black eye too? Or
Yeah. He was on the ground, right? He was like, "Oh, come help me, sir." And I was a little kid, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't talk to strangers." That's how I met him.
See, if he would have known Commissary Tequila back then, he wouldn't even have that problem.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
See?
I would have been happier and laughing.
He'd be happy, go
But that's
lucky.
why we went to telecommunications because in physical communications he was having a hard time. He had to do it remote.
One thing nice about our tequila is the sipping tequila, and everyone grew up in the past with the Cuervos and the other stuff that wasn't really that wasn't really tequila. It was a blend of tequila and stuff like that. But ours is like 100% blue agave. We use more agave in our bottles than anybody else in our product, and it's a sipping tea. You can sip it; it's enjoyable. It's not like you throw it down and gag and hope that you don't, lose it like in the past. But it's a great product, and I'm
it's
glad
organic.
It's all
Absolutely no
additives at all. So this is a wonderful thing, and I just hope that every time you have a podcast and when you go out to the family, that you toast everybody with our tequila, because I know they have to be awesome people if they know Gavin. So
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Yes.
So how was it for you transitioning from basketball, right, which was pretty much your whole life, to having a second career? Because I can imagine for those world class athletes, right? They train their whole life to engulf themselves in professional sports, and then transitioning to a second life, which is for yourself, tequila. But for some others, it's probably very difficult.
it's very so difficult to humble yourself, because it's growing up. You were always a star player on the news, and everybody looked up to you as being a great athlete. And then all of a sudden you're in the business world, and everybody you went to school with are way up here, and you're starting in the mailroom to get to catch up to those people. But it's a hard transition. A lot of the ball players have a very difficult time getting to that point to accept it. But I was lucky. I transitioned pretty well, and it was just I just need the love of people and liking, and I'm compassionate. I don't like to lose. And so when I found this great tequila, I'll never give up until it's the #1 tequila out there. So it's just you push yourself, and then building relationships. And that's one thing I was lucky when I was playing ball. I kept everybody's business card. I got gazillion business cards. But one of my coaches asked me to put down and where you met them and stuff like that. And I have a Rolodex that probably competes with some of the best that ever has Rolodexes, and so I can open up the door, have relationships, and always been thankful to the people who supported me when I was playing me, and now support me with my tequila. So.
And how'd you get Dr. J to try out tequila with you? You just reach out to him and you're like, "Hey, I got this great product right here. You wanna drink it with me?" Or
You're gonna laugh how it all came about. I was doing an event in Vegas, and it finished like about 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had to drive back from Vegas because the flight was I was flying in canceled, so I rented a car and drove back, and I was doing the Hall of Fame golf tournament in Monarch Beach, and I come strolling up, hadn't slept, stopped at my house, grabbed my bags, go into Monarch Beach Resort, and I'm in line. And this guy goes, "Oh, such a big shot, you don't talk anymore." And it was Doc standing next to me.
oh my God.
And he goes, "When are you going to let me try your tequila?" And so that evening, at the Jerry West was our special guest and stuff like that. And he talked, and we had like probably 20 of the greatest, Jamal Wilkes, and everybody was Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and Doc, and everybody's were at this function. And Doc said, "Yes, get your tequila over here." He goes, "I got my taste tester here," and his wife is from Latin America, and so she started tasting it, and she gave the thumbs up, and she goes, "Okay." Gave him one bottle and took the other two, and she goes, "These are mine. This is yours." But Doc is a wonderful person, and he loves our tequila, just like Russell Peters, and Denise Richards is a big fan of our reposado and stuff like that. So we have so many celebrities, Gavin Malouf and all his friends like that. Can't get enough of our tequila. We all love it. So it's a good brand, and we're going to make sure it gets to the next level with your help, because of your popularity here, and you can do some great things for us. And thank you, and it's an honor to meet you, by the way.
Thank you.
My hat's off to you, what you've done in your past, and what a wonderful things you've built with you and your wife. So
thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. It's a long journey for us to even be where we're at today. I honestly didn't think I was going to end up here, even talking story like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a huge honor for myself, and even being able to try out this product, it's amazing. It's great. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And it's an honor for me to know Gavin too.
Thank you.
Did you know Gavin?
Yes, and Gavin knows Comisario now.
No, that's right. Now
I know the Oakland Raiders too. I know them. I do know the Oakland Raiders as well. For yourself, how do you so for like bringing a product like Comisario to Hawaii, how does it how do you translate that to like a local community?
It starts with relationships and friends and family, right? So I go to the folks that I know, the families and friends, and ask for their advice and ask if they would be interested in trying it, because they're not going to lie to you. They're going to tell you goodbye, right? Or they're going to say, hey,
they'll beat you up.
That's right. This is not too bad or whatever. And so, that's really how it is. Everything's based on relationships. And I think that's one of the key things, that Rick brings is when he's talking to Island Beverages and their sales reps all this week, and they're all over all the islands. It resonates with them that even though he lives on the mainland, he feels the same way we feel about our families and how our ohana does business. And so, a lot of people, as come in from wherever in the world they're coming in, and they want to try to push and sell and get the product across. And Rick doesn't lead like that. I don't lead like that. We start with talking story. We want to make sure that we're engaging the person and respecting them and learning about them. And almost asking permission before we talk about the product. So it's about family and relationships and friends.
And we built a great relationship with Kelly McGill, Michael over at the Tiki Grill and Bar. I don't even know how it happened. Next thing you know is we went over to talk about my tequila. I met Kelly, and next thing you know is we're sending containers to Lahaina. We're going to be sending to here, and just the relationships that we've built, and what a wonderful group they have over there. Actually, we were helping with their staff was raising money for their softball uniforms, and so we contribute some of our tequila to help them raise the money for a nonprofit where they can get their uniforms. And then the fire happened in Lahaina, and they turned around and changed it and says, no, we don't need to raise the money for that. We want to raise the money for the Fire Maui Strong. And so they raised it. We built a great relationship. So that just shows what the people on this island are, just giving back, and just hats off to them, what they've done for us. And how we built those relationships. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and building relationships. I mean, like, I think food beverages, they just develop relationships with people, because I think food brings people together.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that was something that I was talking with Kevin Aoki, who is Steve Aoki's brother. He's a restaurateur here. Actually, you might be able to get connected with him as well.
Perfect.
1938 Indochine. He has. I'm shouting him out right now.
Yeah. No, that's the one right there,
1938
Kaka'ako. That's a great place.
Yep. I actually just saw him the other day. We had a Paul Hano from my workplace, but we had it over there.
So that's where you smoke your cigars.
No, I don't smoke cigars.
Oh, because they sell them. They have them over there.
They do have
outside.
right. And they have Whiskey Hole, which is also like a cigar place in Aoki Teppanyaki.
So I won't tell your wife you smoke cigars.
No, I just know the products.
Oh, okay.
But he was saying that his family grew up learning that food brings people together, and I think something like alcohol too, like tequila, it does bring a lot of families together, brings people together. People like drinking together, have a good time. As long as that doesn't get too rowdy, you know what I mean?
Breaking bread.
Yeah.
But as you know, even in business, right, when you travel the world, bringing food out as everybody wants to have some talk story, eat a little bit of food before you talk about the business, right? So it breaks the ice, it makes them feel warm, and allows you to get closer and sharing. So I agree, absolutely.
Coming back.
That's how I think that's like sharing aloha right there. That's how you. That's one way of sharing aloha, bringing things to the table, and then everybody gets a hand in it. Yeah.
So true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then speaking of sharing aloha, so for yourself, you actually coach. You're very active with different organizations, but also giving back to youth and helping them coach up as well in basketball. So, tell us about that.
All right. Well, I'm probably on 4 or 5, maybe 6 nonprofits. So I like to give back. Giving Children Hope is one of the bigger ones that I do. That actually is one of the partners. I'm bringing the goods over here to the islands right now. I run the NBA retired, Legends of Basketball nonprofit group that we go. I think 3 weeks ago we did a basketball camp for the Special Olympics. Kids, which were phenomenal. I think we had more fun than they did. I work a lot with American Native Indians, Sherman Indian High School. So every year, like probably twice a year, I do basketball camps for them. I do camps within the city, do camps here. I just like giving back. And today, I guess there's so many travel teams for all these kids, and it costs their parents a fortune. I just like to do it just to give back because coaches did that for me, so I feel I'm obligated to give back. And you got to. It's how the world is what you reap, you have to give, and you give back to everybody. So I'm doing a lot of charity work. Half my time is I make a little bit of money, and the other time I give it away, helping people out. So.
And what do you think for basketball sense? For the youth that are learning basketball today, what's the differences you've seen in your time when you were playing professionally till now? Because I'd say one of the big things I see now is the importance of the 3-point shot. It's a lot more prevalent today than it was back in maybe.
Oh, extremely.
20 years.
The game has changed so much; it's ridiculous. In the old days, if I would have shot a 3-point, the coach would have thrown me on the bench. You don't know if I made it; it doesn't matter. But now it's more emphasis on the 3-point. But it used to be so physical when I played. I mean, there was fouls and fights and stuff like that, and that was just part of the game. But now I think they protect more the product they have because these guys are making ridiculous amount of money. I mean, they're making $60 million. Some of them just signed some contract for $60 million for the year. When we were lucky, we got 60,000. It was the money has changed tremendously, and that's changed the game a lot because they want safekeeping from guys getting hurt and stuff like that. But I still like the old game. I like where you can see the ball being passed around, set up. You can see a play being developed. Where now they just run down the court and shoot it up. But they're a lot better shooters. There's a lot more training and stuff like that. The game has changed a lot. So, but it's a different game, and then I still like old school. So, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I like watching some of the old school games. Olajuwon. I'm a big Houston Rockets fan. So.
Olajuwon was awesome.
Yep.
So quick and fast. Yeah. One of the best that's ever played the game. So he's great. Yeah, but you got, like with Olajuwon, you didn't see a guy come down just fired up. I mean, Olajuwon would not be able to make it in this day because he can't shoot three, and he really relied on getting the ball down in the post. Nowadays, the post players are 30 feet out, and they don't really get the ball down low anymore. But yeah, that was some great players. Houston Rockets, I have some really good friends that played for them. Great teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I got into basketball when Tracy McGrady was around.
Yeah.
So that was one of the players I watched, and I was like, wow, what a solid guy. I mean, I think if they had a little bit more pieces and they could really make a run at it, but
he was a great shooter, and then he had back trouble, which limited his years of playing. But he was a great player. Yeah, awesome player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yao Ming in that role as well, you know.
Oh yeah, Yao was big. Yao was a huge guy, 7'4". I was like a mountain to move. Yeah, he was a great player.
And then for yourself, like for sports today, because you're very involved with sports.
Yes.
Now especially because you know, we talk about it all the time, but then, but also like, you know, sports back then is very different than sports now. Like the mentality. How do you think mentality has changed between generations?
You know, I think that anybody who competes at any level in any sport, they have a passion, right? And so they're going to do what's necessary to succeed. In our generation, in the 70s and 80s, our shoulder pads were bigger than people. Okay. So, and you were literally, if you were a defensive player, you could be a missile. So you could launch airborne with your helmet and extra 30, 40 pounds of pads on you and smack somebody, right? You get expelled out of the game if you try those things now, right? And so it's different from that perspective. It makes it safer in some regard. I do think that some of the specifications that people are working on to, you know, strictly train in one sport, maybe can be a detriment to some of their body motions, bones, muscles, because we cross-trained. We played multiple sports in high school, elementary. Now high school coaches tend to want you to focus on one sport. And I think your body develops better, maybe, differently, more balanced if you're doing different sports. But, you know, at any age, any generation, when people are talking about that, you know, the guys from the 50s or the 60s or 70s, whatever, would be better than 2001. It's different games altogether. And football was different, you know, in the 70s and 80s when I played than it is now. And, you know, it's just, it's exciting to watch. Guys at that caliber, at that level, right? It's just amazing, their skill set. And so you get impressed just watching it anytime.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the mentality does change too, because a lot of them, they're more focused on marketing as well, because
Good point.
You know, with social media, they're trying to find individualism in their own brand as a player, and then they skyrocket and they say, "Oh wow, I'm the Tom Brady," you know what I mean? And
right.
And then this is what Tom Brady is, right? Versus like I think back in the day, you know, like I look at the Steelers, right? Because the Steelers are my favorite team, and you know, you could pick out the players from there. You could Bradshaw and everything, but it was still a team aspect, you know, marketing wise. Yeah, they seen them as here's the steel curtain, here's Bradshaw, here's Lynn Swan, here's all the guys.
You know, you're hurting me. I don't want to keep hearing that because they kept blocking my Raiders every time for the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Raiders were a strong team as well.
Do you like Franco?
Yeah.
Franco is actually an ambassador of our tequila.
Wow.
Before he passed away, God rest his soul, what a wonderful person was, but he endorsed it. He loved our tequila. He's one of our ambassadors, and he worked with us. So,
awesome.
So we had the great Franco Harris that loves our tequila.
Yep. Rest in love, Franco Harris. Yeah.
Amen.
But you know, it's amazing that you're able to share this product with professional sports as well.
Yeah.
You know, because I think like, you know, what's really good is that they see yourself and they see you after your career as a basketball player, and I think that encourages people today, because they're gonna look and they're gonna say, man, if Rick can find a career outside of basketball, like find a second career in business, that could be us as well. Right?
That's all of them. And that's the whole thing is now with influence and stuff like that, all these players are starting to realize they're now starting to invest while they're playing. But in the past, I think it was you had agents that were just looking to make money, and a lot of the players just trusted that agent to invest their money and do things. Now the NBA is actually helping educate the kids to start to look for the future. So start brand yourself at an early age, get out into the social media aspect, and then start endorsing and making your own products to help for the future for you and your family. So it's all good.
Yeah, and it keeps people. It keeps them active as players to be like, I'm not just gonna train. There's other aspects to it. Training, getting into the community. It also encourages others to actually go and give back to their community, because then it's keeping them active in what they're doing as an individual as well. So
Great point. Yeah,
great point. Yeah, because it's a really different. All these athletes now have some unbelievable products right now, and it's like in the past, you were like the Elgin Bailey or the Jerry West, and you were just known by being a Laker and a great player. And nowadays, it's like, whatever player like Tom Brady is involved with, we don't want to say the crypto, but it got out there. But their name was out there, and people actually bought the product just because that was Tom Brady's product. And that's where the world is getting now, that the guys are now educating themselves to hook themselves with a great product, and then go to the future with that, which I've done with the Tequila Comisario. So.
And there's guys like Ben Roethlisberger, who he now has like a really successful podcast. I listen to it. It's a great podcast.
He's really good. He's great.
He's done really good.
Actually, his agent, which is Bruce Tollner, Rep 1, is actually involved with our product.
Wow,
also.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See, building relationships right there.
That's all it
the
is.
Steelers relationship for you.
Oh, there you go.
That's it.
no, another. That's why you like, because all the Steelers.
I saw the Steelers stuff, so I go, I got to get in that. You got to get into the tequila. Yeah. Your wife told me that earlier, so it's okay.
Just so you know, now you know my wife as well. See, there you go.
See?
Well, gentlemen, first off, thank you for coming on the show. And actually, one last question. So I guess for both of you, right? Because I think you both give back to the community a lot as well. What's your message to like maybe like the younger generation that maybe want to get into like business or some kind of field, even if it's like professional sports?
My message is just to educate yourself. And a lot of the kids a lot of the athletes think just because they're going to go pro, they don't have to go to school and educate themselves. You have to make sure. We have literacy programs with NBA right now, because a lot of guys can leave a little bit earlier. But educate yourself. Take the time to figure out what's going on in the world, and have respect for your elders, and the people that actually made it all possible to you, and give back to everybody. The whole thing is, a lot of guys, you've got to learn to give back, because you would never have made it for the people that didn't sacrifice for you to get to this point. So.
But I want to go to you. I want to ask you, what would you want to, tell the youth? You tell your children, what would you want to tell them, when they're growing up?
Yes.
And then wanting to be like, getting into something successful now, or something they really want to go into, dreams and whatever.
Because we walk with the Lord, we used to always tell our kids, just remember to do things that are good, clean, powerful, pure, and lovely. And but for today's generation, while I say the same thing, I echo what Rick mentioned, but I really want to address the times that we have now and the economic situation globally, and speak to people 41 and under, and just say, don't give up hope. Stay positive, press on. You're going to change the world for the better of whatever you don't agree with now. So keep working at that, and be respectful to everybody. Learn from who you can, so that you're able to provide an impact to your community, because that can change the world.
Oh, awesome.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, great messages from both of you. Yeah, I take it in. I'm a little old myself.
But you're chasing your dream and you're getting there, though.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you, Gavin.
Proud of
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people my age, they're all doing different things. I see it. So
you you have to go over what you want to do, not what everybody else thinks you should do. Just whatever you feel like that you can excel at, go for it. And learn everything you can possible to get to that point. So
thank you so much.
No, thank you.
And thank you, gentlemen, for coming here and sharing your product, sharing Comisario with us today. I mean, it's great product. We already refilled our glasses. I might actually put more in mine.
And then our beautiful shirt here is the Day of the Dad.
Please explain and give any shout outs to any future events that you guys are having.
We have you blocked my face there. That's good. So that's all right. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you can pull it up to this camera right here. This front one right here.
I was just joking. But the day, I have to give him a hard time. I love him. But the Day of the Dead is a product we have, a new bottle. It's just on November 2nd, which is today.
Wow.
Is the Day of the Dead in Mexico, and we have a new design bottle that will be coming out, the Day of the Dead. But it's just the design they have right there, and we've been putting it in our shirts, and it's just a fabulous design that we've come up with, and we just want to keep the tradition of the Day of the Dead that we do with Mexico and our tequila product.
And what's next for the brand? Which other places are you guys trying to go to, like countries or different?
We're going to go internationally this next year. We're going to Latin America. We're going around the world, Canada. Russell Peters is coming on board. Looks like we're going to go in. He's Indian descent and grew up in Canada. And I was just saying, I just would like to have 1% of the India market over there. But no, we just want to let the world taste our wonderful product, and that's why we want to spread the greatness of our product around the world. So that's what we're doing. And speaking of that, let's toast to my new best friend Gavin. Like I know Gavin.
Yeah, and actually, before we toast, where can people find your product? They can just reach out to find it, Google it, Tequila Comisario.
Tequila Comisario. You can go online. We can order from our websites. They'll have the click through to go order it. It's being here in
Tamura's and Foodland. Island Beverage is really just cranking it up now for the big January push, but it's already there. So we appreciate them a lot.
It's been amazing with them. I think the last 6 restaurants we gone to, everybody appraised it. That was the best product they've had, and everybody's ordering it like crazy. So it's just getting the word out, which you're going to help us to get the word out to all the Hawaiian people, all the wonderful people here. Yeah. And once they see it and try it, they'll love it. So
on the west side, they go to DB's restaurant and MB's and
DB Grill.
DB
Grill. I love DB Grill.
And you can go to Tiki's Grill and Bar downtown and Shorefire, and very soon
I love
I think the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and it's just growing.
Tiki loves us. They've been the staff there has been fabulous for us, and giving back to the community, which I really love when people do that. So
they do a lot of stuff. Yeah, Tiki's they always have a lot of events over there. So well, gentlemen, this is to you and to Tequila Comisario. Good luck to you, both of you guys, and to your future product and moving internationally. I think that's incredible, and what you're doing for the community, for youth, I think is amazing. So, Kampai to you guys.
Kampai, and thanks for everything that you're doing for the world too, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Gavin.